I assume the Skidoo means we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Swindler's Den. And this week's session of Icewind Dale, Rime the Frostmaiden. As you can see, we only got Trace Hombres today, but we'll address that in a moment. But let's introduce our players for tonight. Let's start off with the boy Grizlocke.
Hey everybody, I'm Grizlocke. You can find me on YouTube under the same name. I will be playing Orlin today. And before we start, I just want to say a big shout out to Jason. Good job, Jason. Everybody, round of applause for Jason. He delivered Baka's food on time today, so.
Thank you. He's not a Larry.
Thank you, Jason.
He's not a Larry.
He's not a Larry.
Good Larry.
It was pretty good food too. It wasn't cold. Next we have Dyto.
Hello, I'm Dyto. I'll be playing Felicity tonight. I couldn't remember what party we were tonight. Hopefully we get to kill a dragon, because I feel like I don't get to kill enough of them.
They usually slip away, don't they? And last but not least, we have Dr. Phage.
Hello, I'm playing Sister Liliana, the Dragonborn cleric. I'm running on very little sleep, so tonight should be fun.
Speaking of killing Dragonborn clerics, last session our party had made it to Caer Dineval, where they were setting up to get ready to take on the Shardland Dragon as it's made its way across the 10 towns, destroying everything in its path. They realized maybe they could have taken their time to go to East Haven and try to fight it, because it took much longer than they anticipated for the dragon to make its way over there. But when it did, they took sides with Avarice, the evil maybe, who knows, the slightly misconstrued wizard from the Arcane Brotherhood, who's working with the devil, and they were able to start fighting this thing with her help, as she was able to bring it down to the ground with Bigsby's hand, and they beat on it all night, all day and all night. This is like afternoon they were fighting it, and eventually the dragon was able to break free and take off into the horizon, heading towards what they could assume be Caer Konig. And as they were getting ready to head out, they got some new mounts in the form of dogs with sleds. Excuse me. Six says, "Hey, I gotta stay here, boys. I made a bet. I made a pact that she would help us if I stayed here, so she could do strange experiments on me. And here I go." So they, leaving Six behind in the Caer, they started mounting up on these sled dogs, on the sleds that the dogs were pulling. And off in the distance, they heard the hollow roar of the Shardland Dragon, followed by a much more lively roar of possibly another dragon. And that's where we are now. So you guys are currently outside of the Caer, and just so you are aware, these aren't like full sleds. They are smaller sleds made to just for you to ride on, as this sled dog can pull. So what would you like to do then?
And you said it still sounded close. Can I do like a perception-y check to see maybe how
do a
close
perception-y check. Because you know it had some time to fly before you started hearing this.
Mm-hmm. Good lord. Once we start streaming, my Roll20 decides to slow down.
Ain't that always the way?
Yep.
Did click it. I don't know if it's gone through.
14.
Okay.
You would know that this area, especially because you're along the lake and there's not a lot of trees, that sound is able to echo quite a bit. So it is going to be further off, but not like it hasn't made it to Caer Konig yet. You know that much. So like maybe a mile or two at best. But
I feel like we have to go check that out.
Let's make haste. Might be able to catch it before it has time to destroy anything else.
Maybe the other one is slowing it down a little bit.
One can only hope.
All
Did we
right.
see that it was clearly the white dragon?
You have not seen
Okay.
anything. You've only heard
Got it.
the noises.
That was just our assumption, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you begin to take off down the trail, headed towards Karakonig, where you know the dragon had went to. You're riding for about an hour before you start to get close enough to know that you're getting close to these things. Like, they're still roaring this entire time.
Okay.
And you'll hear loud crashes, but they do seem to stay in the place that they've been fighting this whole time. And as soon as I switch music, we're switching again, baby. As you start to get closer, just for flavor on the screen, I'm gonna try and do this quick, pop up some art for you. We don't have a battle map for this because I don't think you need it. But I want something to look fun. Maybe I don't.
No fun. No fun allowed.
No fun for you. I'm trying to remember the name of this art. We'll just use this one. You guys, I think you guys already see it. I don't know if this pops up when I click it again or not.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the one of it on the ground, but I can't find it. Anyway, that's just some fun for you guys to look at. So, when you were within...
I think we have different definitions of the word fun.
Relative.
Yeah, you start getting within 500 feet of these two behemoths, and in the distance you can see the shadows of them moving, as it looks like there's the bigger one that isn't the Charlatan dragon has seemed to have backed up the Charlatan dragon to a cliffside. You can see its large figure, the large front legs and bulky front legs that make it move almost like a bulldog as it's trying to... It looks like it's trying to move forward, but every time it does, the bigger, which you can tell at this point, is another dragon, will bite at it and keep it back. But you can see the wings on the Charlatan dragon are just destroyed, and they're hanging in weird angles. Looks like it's not able to take off from the cliff behind it. And you see the other one, and it's dark, but it's easy to pick out that this is Avantarace. You can see her giant wings that she walks almost like a wyvern does with them, where they're on the ground, and the long tendrils of the wings curled up behind her, and those finger-like protrusions, as she kind of has her back arched in a defensive manner as well. And she doesn't seem to be approaching the other dragon either, but she will snap at it as it comes close to her. As you continue closer and closer, you get to 300 feet, and you see Avantarace lets out this, she puffs up her chest, and this gust of ice and snow comes out of her mouth with streaks of blue light in it. And as it envelops the Charlatan dragon, it seems to just shake it off as it returns with its radiant light. And Avantarace, let's roll for you, shall we?
Is that's the dragon you guys met?
Yes, she is.
And you'd be slightly familiar with her, Felicity, because you've seen her come and go from that ship, but you've never directly interacted with her. But you can see as she lets out her ice breath, and the Charlatan dragon retaliates with its radiant breath. It hits her head on. She takes the full brunt of it, tries to block as much as she can with her wings, but she doesn't seem to want to move too far from her position. She takes the brunt of it. So you guys are about 300 feet away at this point. What would you like to do?
Should we join? I don't know. You're more familiar with this beast, Liliana.
I would say that this is probably our best bet to destroy the thing with minimal damage to ourselves or others in the 10 towns. Avantarace will presumably flee if she is too injured, but she seems to have cornered. I would think if we push our advantage, we could turn it even more in her favor.
Yes, as long as she can remember you and knows we're not here to harm.
Yes, I have plans to remind her of my debt to her and our tentative alliance. Tenutive, not tentative.
Then let's go. Push in.
All right. Before we do the first round, you guys can move as close as you would like to before we start this, and each get a turn. So you're currently 300 feet. You can get closer if you'd like, further away if you'd like, and you can each take an action, bonus action.
Is anybody gonna be within? I'm really mad that I put flamethrower on this one, but I think the cone is 15 feet. 15 feet of this thing?
I don't know if I'll be that close, but I'll probably be the closest out of any of us to this thing.
I will take the crossbow that is attached to my shoulder, and I will put it on Liliana's shoulder, and she'll feel like these little like fingery legs just kind of like grab on and just settle.
Interesting. What's the speed on our dog sleds?
Dog sleds. So your dogs have the wolf stat. So if you want to keep track of your dogs, because I'm sure you'll kill them like you do everything else.
Hey.
Your speed is 40. And for this first setting up space, I'm not having you use your speed, so you can just get where you need to. Essentially, like they're holding themselves at a stalemate, so you can get into position without them noticing.
Okay. Well, then I am going to ride in real close. I gotta be within 60 feet of this big dragon. Because I am going to, as I'm riding up, I'm going to shout out to Avantaris in Draconic, saying, we have come to help you, old friend. I will honor my debt to you. Something to that effect. Essentially letting Avantaris know, like, hey, I'm here and I'm on your side. Please don't eat me.
All right, do a persuasion check followed by an insight check.
Okay. Persuasion first. A 14. Insight of 16.
Yeah, you see that she recognizes you're there, looks down at you for a moment, and then turns her eyes back to the Charlatan dragon. But you can tell there's a sense of unease in her eyes, and you can really tell because she's she's kind of stomping over the same spot on the ground. And as you look, you can see the saddle on her back is empty.
Oh no, her buddy. Oh no. Okay, but I am still going to cast Spiritual Weapon up in the face of this Charlatan dragon and take an attack with it.
Yeah.
All as my bonus action.
How far away are you, Sister Liliana?
I am starting 60 feet away. I may get closer.
Okay. I take a peek.
This one, Spiritual Weapon.
I would be 30 feet behind her.
All right, so 90 feet from it.
Only a 16 to hit?
I believe that misses.
Okay.
And I would be believing correctly.
Okay, that's fine. Because then I'm going to follow that up with a Sacred Flame. I need a 15 dexterity check from it.
It fails.
Cool. 6 radiant damage. I don't know if that does anything to it.
That is a good point. What kind of damage?
Radiant.
Okay. Yeah, you see as your fire begins to engulf it, but it seems it's not unfazed by it, but it doesn't react to it, I should say.
Okay, so probably, but it did do some damage.
Yeah, like you can see like the radiant energy kind of lingers for a moment on it.
Okay. That is. Let me just check one more thing. No, I'm gonna use my movement because I want to do one more thing and get within 30 feet of this fight. It's probably a mistake, but I'm going to.
All right, you move up to 30 feet from the Shardolin dragon. The other two, what would you like to do, and where would you like to position yourself?
I want to get, after Liliana moved, I want to get 30 feet behind her.
Okay, so you're 60 feet from the Shardolin dragon.
And for my action, I'm going to firebolt it.
All right.
Attempt to, anyways. For a 23.
23 will hit.
So that is going to be 8 fire damage.
All right.
Really bad roll. And for her bonus action, she's going to tell her flamethrower to move, and it can move 15 feet. So it'll be within 15 feet, and it is going to flamethrow her. And I'm pretty sure it's a dexterity saving throw. I don't use a flamethrower very often.
Feels like that it would be, right?
Yes, it is dexterity.
It fails.
Alrighty, so it's gonna take all of the damages.
You see this with the like its wings are dragging on the ground, broken and gnarled, and it's already pretty big, so it's hard for it to avoid this. So total of
11 more fire damage.
All right.
Nice.
Did we learn that this thing was resistant to fire? I feel like I remember hearing that.
I don't know that you have. You've been hit with a lot of fireballs, so.
Okay, yeah, never mind. It was immune to poison, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if we got any information either way with fire.
So are we approaching from this thing's left side, right side, back side, front?
From its left.
So we're coming up on its left side. So if they kind of went straight toward it, I want to veer right toward like its backside.
Okay, its backside is to a cliff, so it wouldn't be able to do that. Yep.
I just want to. So I'm gonna try and get within 40 feet of the dragon, but I don't want to be in like a too close
not
to
in a
anybody
straight
else.
line. Yep. Yeah, there's space to do that.
Okay. And then I am going to cast Mirror Image. Sucks. That's it this turn.
All right, we'll go into true initiative then. So if everybody wants to roll,
I don't want to.
well, you can just stand there and take hits if you like.
Ooh, that's what I love to see. A nice high 2 for Liliana.
What's your rules on potions? Bonus action or action?
We were doing action for this campaign.
Cool.
All right. So, oh God.
Okay, I had a whole whopping 3.
Orlin is first in the initiative. Yes, you are.
Full initiative?
Out of all of the initiatives,
What
you
the
are first.
None of us are rolling good tonight.
You know what? I'm gonna switch. I am not using my Rime dice. That was a mistake. I'm changing my dice.
It was good knowing you all.
Excuse me?
Now, since fire actually seemed to be doing okay, I'm going to... How far away is he from me now? I moved. I moved within 40. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So
40 feet.
Let me see how quick my shit can move. Okay, I'm gonna tell my zombies to get off. I'm gonna push them off my sled, and then command them to dash toward the dragon. So they should be able to get right up to the dragon. And then this turn, I am gonna cast Create Bonfire under the dragon.
All right.
So it's gonna make a Dex save of 15.
It fails.
Okay, so I light up this fire underneath one of its feet. And I just kind of keep holding that there. That's my turn.
All right. As you do that, Avantrace is going to hold her action to attack if the thing comes too close to her. And they are about... What did I say in my head? They were 50 feet from each other. So they have some kind of movement towards each other, but not quite enough. But this, with her holding her action, a Charlatan Dragon will move out of your fire. So he's just kind of... He has, like... He doesn't seem to have his full movement, but just enough to get out of the fire. And kind of is making its way towards the other edge of the cliff further away from you guys, and also towards Vontrace at the same time, but isn't quite able to make it there. And let's see what happens here when I roll this dice. He doesn't get it. So he is unable to attack him this turn, but he will also hold action if anybody gets too close. But yeah, he moved like away from Liliana and Felicity and all of them. So he is now going to be 45 from Liliana, 65 from Orlin, and 75 from Felicity. And I believe that's 30 from your cannon then, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
can my
no, it
zombies
should
get
be-
attacks
yeah.
of opportunity or no?
The zombies going to have attacks of opportunity.
Hell yeah. Go zombies.
Go zombies.
Zombie.
Yeah. All right. +3. A 22. Woo.
Ooh, that hits.
Big boy. Zombie.
Just how,
4 damage.
The conversation with Sister Liliana when the zombies save us.
And a 6 on the other one. So
The other zombie misses. Yeah, the one thunks it as it
I feel
drags
like
itself away.
this zombie that hit is the same zombie that hit last episode too. So there's just one zombie that's like got like all of its flesh still on its bones, fairly new looking zombie corpse. The other one's like decayed.
Yeah, the dragon looks down at this. Let me look at something actually.
Buff zombie.
Hold on. It's not going
He's
to
the one
attack it
who
on its
took
turn
part
because
in
it doesn't
Zom-
quite notice it till it's moving away. But unless, do you have reach? No, you don't. Okay, you kind of have reach, but not that enough. What's the intelligence of a zombie?
It's very bad. It's 3.
Oh, that's good. It's good that it's
You
low
stupid
because it doesn't have to do the save.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah, like the dragon looks down and recognizes that these zombies are there now, but is unable to charm them for right now, and will probably beat the hell out of them next turn if it gets to it. Felicity.
I'm gonna move up 15 feet.
All right.
Firebolt for my action.
Light it up.
That should hit for a 22.
22 will hit.
That is 14 fire damage, and then my cannon will move up another 15 feet
All right.
and use its flamethrower ability again. So that is a dexterity saving throw.
A 19 on the dex save.
Okay, so it will take half this damage, which I rolled balls anyways. So 3 extra.
Yee.
So 17 fire damage altogether.
All right. All right, cool. With your movement and all your stuff, then it'll be Liliana.
Okay, I'm going to start with taking more movement up so that I'm within 30 feet of both Avantarais and the Shardland Dragon, if possible. So trying to like complete that triangle. Bonus action, move my spiritual weapon back up into this dragon's face and attack again. That is a 12 to hit. Cool.
12
I don't know
will
why I
not do
cast that spell. I've never had spiritual weapon work out well. But I am then going to cast Bane on
Ooh.
the Shardland Dragon.
On your party?
No. Asshole.
What is the save?
DC 15 charisma saving throw.
Ooh, believe it or not, this big ugly dragon does. Ooh, it got a 15 right on the money.
Son of a gun.
For having a -4 to its charisma.
Okay.
Felicity, as she's moving forward, she's getting closer to the direction of the white dragon.
Okay, close.
Like not in front of it, but like to its side.
All right, very good.
That's all my things then.
Yeah, it shakes off the bane, and it is then Orland's turn again.
Okay. I'm gonna send one zombie dashing toward the dragon. If I recall, it had a readied action. You said that if somebody
it did,
approached,
yes. So it's going to attack your young zombie. So it held its multi, so it's gonna get to hit it 3 times.
I doubt it'll have to.
Hits with the claw with a 27. Does world max damage with what was that? 19 points of damage.
Oh, it's still up.
And then the next claw attack will hit as well.
Yeah. Okay, it's down. It's down.
All right.
Unless he rolls a
it
1.
Does 13 points of damage.
So one zombie's dead. And then I'll command the other one to dash up.
All right. Just the endless horde of 2 zombies.
Okay. Then. So how far did he move last round?
The dragon moved 15 feet, so you're currently 65.
So it's 40 plus 15, 55, right?
65.
What?
Well, I don't know how to math. Yeah, you're 55.
Okay. Whew. I'll move 30 closer.
All right.
I'm going to pass Toll the Dead. Let's try Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So that's a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw on Sea Dragon. Nat 20.
Okay, he makes it. I don't think it does anything then.
Yeah, I think cantrips don't do any damage if they pass, yeah. All right. Okay, it's one of its things that's doing its turn. Very good. All right. So with it moving 15, they were 50 apart. They're still not close enough to hit each other. So Vontrace is going to hold her turn once again. And then it will be the Charlatan Dragon's turn. So, start of its turn, it sees Orland approaching it, and its eyes and its face mask begin to light up. Orland, I need... Oh god, good thing I rolled that after I decided to do this. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
19?
Yeah, you feel like this evil thoughts creeping into your mind, but you're able to push them out.
Those evil thoughts all the time. I don't know why my voice changed so bad.
And then it starts to take its attacks. The first one is going to be on your zombie. For a 30 to hit.
No, doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't hit. It's a total of 16 points of damage.
Okay, zombie up.
Second claw attack. I had tried to roll advantage, but it doesn't have it. 17 points of damage. I mean, it's gonna hit anyway. I don't know why. For 10 points of damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's dead.
All right, then it will move 15 feet towards you guys. So Orland is now
15.
10 away from it because you were 25. So you moved 50. You were 55, moved 30 down to 25. Now you're 10.
Gotcha.
Okay. Felicity is at 45 feet. Is that right? Yes.
Yes.
The cannon is right next to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Liliana, you are then. Yeah. 25, right?
Yeah. 25 or 15? I thought I would be 15.
You were at
away.
40, I believe. Or you moved again. Yeah, let's go 15. I mean, it doesn't affect you this turn, but you're 15 now. So yeah, it starts pulling itself towards all of you.
I have a quick question. What did it roll on the Toll the Dead again?
A nat 20.
Okay. Just because it's baned, right?
No,
It's not banned. It
Oh, it's
passed banned as
not
well.
banned? Ah.
Yep.
I thought it got banned.
It just succeeded.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It wouldn't have mattered with the nat 20 anyways, but in my mind I was like, in the future I gotta remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, no remembering Bane because it ain't there. Felicity.
For my action, it's going to be the same as before. Out of her little walker cane is going to shoot some fire.
All right.
And it's going to miss.
Will miss.
But the I'll need another dexterity saving throw anyways, because for a bonus action, my cannon is just going to breathe right into its underbelly. So that passes, so it'll take half the damage. Nope, not that one, this one.
Hey.
So 5? Hold on, wait.
How'd you?
Okay, it ignites flammable objects. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't have the on fire effect. So no, just 5 fire damage.
All right. Then that goes to Liliana.
Okay. Start with bonus action. Move it over again. Just chasing this dragon with my spectral mace, which is good because you can only move 20 feet around. So I'm glad it's only moving 15. Very convenient for me. Roll 20 would like to cast a spell, please. There we go. $18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yes, so that is 12 force damage.
All right.
I am going to move so that I am within 30 feet of all of my allies, if at all possible.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Wherever that puts me. I don't know if I need to move that much or anything like that.
I'll have you be able to be within 30 feet of your allies, but you're still 30 feet with it up from the dragon.
Okay, that's fine. That works out basically perfectly. And I'm gonna try to, since this thing is coming after us, cast Bane on it one more time. So I need another Charisma saving throw, DC 15.
Got it too.
Yes! So minus a D4 from all of its saves and all of its attack rolls.
All right. Just from the to hit, right?
Yes. Attack roll or saving throw before it ends, make subtract a D4 from it.
Okay. I'm just looking up something, but it is currently Orla's turn.
Just as a little bit of flavor, because this thing is like all glowy and light based essentially. I think Liliana's Bane, instead of light coming out of her, she is drawing some of the light from this dragon to herself.
Very cool.
I like it. We're gonna have a Chardelin Sister Liliana soon.
Now that this thing is banned, I'm gonna try Toll the Dead again.
All right.
Wisdom
Liliana, would you do the honors of rolling the D4 for the Bane, please?
Sure.
Ooh, I don't think you need it.
A 4.
It rolled a 9, so it got a 5.
Awesome. So, what level are we?
6.
So you take 2d12. Weird, because I thought it usually rolls that on its own. 17, not bad.
It had before, so I don't know why it changed. Yeah, 17 is pretty good.
I think it depends if you cast it from like the spell page versus like your character sheet page, if it rolls it right away or not.
Yeah, because I think you just clicked on the description rather than the attacking action thing or whatever.
I just clicked on spell card now. I like changed it to attack from spell card, so hopefully that'll do it. But yes, that's what I do for that.
Very nice damage.
I'm trying to figure out if now this is working, if I should start moving further away. So I was thinking I might have to get in and start shocking grasping this thing. So
I would.
I am. What'd you say?
I would say I would avoid that. Just
It's literally because I have like 0 spells. So I was like, if you keep succeeding everything, I'm gonna have to go to rolling like attacks, which is only shocking grasp for me. So I'll pull back. He's 25 for me, so I'll go. I'll keep him at 40. So I'll come back another 15.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Sounds good. All right, Liliana. As you are pulling the light from this thing, you see it starts to dim, but then something starts to rumble from its chest as the space in between the plates of Chardolin start to light up brighter than ever as it raises up its face. Roll me a d4.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to.
I'm not going to look because I have to decide who's who. I'll just do initiative order. That's fine.
Number 1, I apologize, Orlin.
Orlin. Oops, I smacked my mic. I'm sorry. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please, as the gradient in the face mask of this dragon lights up and the radiant breath starts shooting out from it.
He hit my mirror image by mistake. No.
Oh yeah, you have to roll mirror image, right?
No, because I think this is like a saving throw. I think it's only on attack rolls, right? Let me double check just so I don't die by mistake. I don't have to.
You can use your action to dismiss each time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, which is targeting. Well, it's not targeting you; it's targeting an area technically. Yeah. I believe it's only if it directly targets you, which is this is technically an area effect, even though it's a line.
That's kind of what I was thinking anyway. So,
but you'll still have them up in case they try to claw
dead.
you.
Hey, 22.
Yeah,
hey.
you're gonna be fine.
Well,
you're gonna be
I'm
fine.
pretty low HP at the moment.
Let's see how many d8s.
Oh,
do
never
I
mind. I was
here?
looking at the wrong thing. I have 11 temporary hit points. I thought that was my HP currently.
No,
I was gonna say I don't think you got hit at all in the last
That's what I was
fight.
thinking too. I was like, when did I get hit?
I was like, I think the only one who went down and really
He's
took
still about to say
a lot of damage was.
He's gonna be like 80.
Yeah.
It's high.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Because
I took like 40 damage from one of them.
Yeah, you got hit twice and went down, but then 6 healed you almost to full. So
Almost
pretty darn
to full,
close to it.
yeah. Yeah, I'm at 49 to 51 right now.
25 points of damage halved to
Not bad.
whatever that was, 12.
That's
Nice.
That's literally just one of my actual HP. That was all my temp. That's false life, baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Level
So yeah,
whatever it was.
you see this light envelop Orlin. It almost seems to not phase him as the magical aura around him disappears from the false life.
Woo.
And that is its turn. Oh.
No, it's just like from a distance, it's nice. Nice job.
Like you see Orlin for a second, like look at himself afterward, like, oh, I'm still here. Fuck.
Felicity.
It didn't move, right?
Is my dog
Nope.
dead?
My
Is what?
Is my dog dead?
Oh. Roll a dex save for your dog. I don't think it can save. Because I
20?
don't think wolves have that much HP, do they?
I rolled a 7, so like.
So it takes the full 25. Yeah, your dog's dead.
Okay, wolf's dead. Shit. Sorry, Felicity. My bad. I interrupted.
no, that's okay. Dead dog's kind of important. It didn't move on its turn, right? So everything is okay. Same as before. I'm gonna firebolt him and then spray him with fire from under his belly. I'm gonna miss with my firebolt. So dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save.
-1.
It's rolled a 6.
Awesome.
And
So it's gonna
minus
take
5.
full, it's gonna take full damage. So 8 fire damage.
All right.
And I have been keeping track of how many because my cannon does only have a certain
Runs
number.
out eventually.
It does.
Oh, what? That means it's Liliana's turn.
Okay. Start with a good old spiritual weapon attack again. I don't have to heal Orlin, which I was expecting to do, so I just get to do damage. Natural 20 for 16 force damage. Oh, 2 nat 20s. That's a thing.
I feel like
That's a
something
thing,
really
Majiggy.
cool
Yeah.
happens.
Nice.
So, as this thing lets out this light and envelops Orlin with it, and he still stands, Felicity retaliates with fire coming from underneath it, and then Liliana brings her mace, her giant magical spiritual mace down, cracking right between the wings on the Charlatan dragon. And you hear as like its joints begin to stiffen and it pushes itself up, but you can hear the grinding. And as this dragon makes a horrific grinding noise, it begins to shudder and crumple into pieces. As the great bulk crashes into the snow, jagged shards of black crystal fly off in all directions, and the Charlatan dragon is dead.
Are you serious?
Down that 20 into its 9 HP it had left.
Oh.
Nice.
I think
Felicity wants to look over at the white dragon. Is it still doing its little like pacey back and forth over the one spot?
Yes, it's like keeping on top of one spot.
yeah, to finish out my round, and it's mostly just for flavor. I'm gonna use my last second level spell slot and do second level cure wounds on Avantarize.
All right, as you heal her up, like as you get, because cure wounds is touch, right?
Yes, so I just like seeing that it crumpled, take my dog sled over, put a hand on one of her legs, and then she will heal 11 hit points. I don't know how much she's actually down, but
Yeah, like as you come closer, she puts her head low to the ground and her long dragon neck, and you can see the extra skin and spikes that hang down from it starts to shake as she kind of gurgles, snarls at you, but allows you to approach, and you touch her leg and heal. And as you do so, you see in the snow underneath her this frozen corpse stuck in a sitting position.
I'm going to, and then if Felicity's coming up as well, speaking in Draconic, say, can I assist you to get your rider seated again?
In response, yes, please help him get back up.
Yeah, then I'll very carefully walk underneath this giant dragon
Yeah,
and
she'll
start.
step aside a little bit to let you get to it.
Yeah, and start like lifting up this dead body.
Yeah, this thing is a corpse. The black skin and just sunken into the skeleton and
No, no, no,
just completely frozen in a sitting position.
I mean, we
she
should ask.
no, no.
She lowers one of her wings down to help you get up to the saddle, and you're able to place it back in there, like putting the hands over the reins again.
Mm-hmm. I think while I'm up there as well, just with some of the extra rope, I'll make sure the body is doubly attached, like whatever was holding in there before, and then just do like some extra loops around to secure it.
It seemed mostly that it was just frozen there, and because it was riding when it got frozen, like it was, the fingers had wrapped around, like you can see the fingers have opened up now, but they were at one point holding the reins, and like the feet were in the stirrups, and like just over time freezing had kept it there. But it seems what you can assume from the chaos that's around you, the snow impacts, Avantarice tackled this dragon out of the sky. He came loose, and she wasn't able to keep him on anymore. So yeah, you're able to lash him into place, hopefully hold him there for a little bit longer. But at one point you had seen this thing move, but it seems very inanimate at this point. So you were in a coming back to life phase. You're not entirely sure what you saw.
What is the saddle made out of? Is it just made out of like normal like leather like a leather saddle on the back?
Yeah,
of it?
it's like a very well made leather saddle, heavy leather. It's much better. It's much more better.
Much more better.
it's more well crafted than like a normal horse saddle would be. Like this looks like it was a very important person. Obviously, if they're riding in a white dragon at one point, they'd be important enough to have this very well made saddle.
Well, it just seems we're mostly out of the woods. I don't know if this dragon can regenerate. But if we have some time, might be able to help this rider a little bit more. She pulls out her woodcarver's tools and her leatherworker's tools. It might take me about an hour or so, but I can make the saddle more suitable and maybe a little fail-safe so he doesn't fall off quite so easily.
You helped Methelrond and I take out this threat, so I can keep you safe from the incoming blizzards as you do this. Give you some resting time.
While they converse with this dragon, can I go pick through the remains of the Chardalyn dragon? I want to see if there's any, like, heart of Chardalyn or, like, something that was, like, the power source of this thing that should be collected or something.
As you pick through the dragon, do an investigation check.
23.
As you, like, sift through it, do an Arcana check at the same time.
21.
Yeah, as you, like, even as you start to get close to the Chardalyn, you could still feel just the pure evil spilling off of all of this Chardalyn. But you know that if you do it quick enough, it's not gonna take over you. So you quickly start shifting through the main body of this thing. You do find, like, there's this not large, it's like the fist size for those of you audio viewers, fist-sized orb that is made of Chardalyn, but it seems that would have been the core, and maybe it held whatever magics was used to keep this thing contained, and that has since escaped since this thing is fallen apart. So it seems whatever energy was running it just went off into the world to still be energy, but not collected into one thing.
So there's this Chardalyn orb, but it doesn't have the demonic power or devil power.
It still has its demonic power, but whatever was powering this dragon isn't here anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in the bag of holding.
All right.
Okay.
The bag of holding he got from Feline's Den.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I'm like, when did we get a bag of holding?
He brought it up.
He brought that up last week to me. I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Man, you could have just been putting zombies in this bag of holding this whole time.
Just throwing zombies in there. That was the only thing I really saw that was of importance, correct?
Yeah, otherwise there's varying sizes of Chardalyn from this. Like, there's the main corpse, and then there's, like, pieces that are just flung off. Some of them went off the edge of the cliff, others just flew off in the snow. Some of them are, like, as big as wheels, and others are much smaller shards. So yeah, there's just a mess of Chardalyn on the side of this cliff.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just really quick, I know that Valine was very careful with her Professor Orb thing. Yeah. Did I ever get a peek? Like, is this the Professor Orb?
Do a history. And I'll tie this with your really good Arcana roll already, just to see how
22.
much. Yeah, so the Professor Orb, the glimpses you got at it when she talked to it late at night, when you're peering around corners to try and get any kind of information you could, does not appear to have been made of Chardolin. It first off, it grew with a white light, not like a divine light like this dragon was using as a breath weapon, but it was brighter in color. Didn't seem to be made of Chardolin.
Copy. Okay. Well, that's it. After doing that, I'll just go find where the party is now.
Yeah, like you see the dragon's kind of put its wings up to create kind of a shelter barrier for you guys to work under and rest under.
My cannon has its way slowly back to me. While I'm working.
Yeah, and this is probably when Orlin is looking at this dragon. More is just like a general question. Is this like 100% made out of Chardolin, or does it have like a metal skeleton, or is it like, what's that situation?
It seems that on the inside, for the most part, it was pretty hollow. It seemed to be like a shell that was just full of this energy, and then this orb that was in the center of it.
Okay. I mean, I wanted to take a bit as a souvenir, but it's all evil demon magic.
You can still take it.
I don't.
Liliana, give me a Arcana or a Religion check.
Wasn't its mouth a grate?
It was a grate made of Chardolin. So the grate was to let the radiant breath out. No, you're fine. You're good. But yeah, Liliana, Arcana or Religion.
I'll do Religion, even though they're both the same. That's a 1.
Yeah, that's just pure evil. Unfortunately, it's pure evil that's in a pile in the middle of the not far off of a trail in between two towns. So, however you want to deal with that. But yeah, it doesn't seem safe to be dealing with for extended periods of time.
As we're resting / Felicity is pimping out this dragon's saddle.
Been out this dragon ride.
I'll turn to the other two. I was gonna say the rest of us, but there's only 2 of us here. What are we going to do about this? And just motion to the enormous evil corpse next to us.
What's on the other side of that cliff over there?
Is it just like a cliff overlooking more land?
So you guys are roughly, if you look at the map, in this area near the Lactina Shire. That's where the cliff is overhanging. I don't know are you on this map? I thought you were.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would Felicity know how deep the lake goes? The lock goes?
It goes fairly deep. I know Liliana and Orlin were aware that at one point the Chardolin ship bust that they saw in East Haven was in that lake. So it's big enough to sink ships in. So.
And I'll turn to Avantaris. How you are welcome to claim as much of this as your prize as well, but I will warn you that it does have strong corrupting energy to it.
I shall take some and see what Mithelrond will do with it. Keep it away from the kobolds.
Yes, how's oh, I forgot his freaking name. Zerk. How's Zerk doing? Is he doing well?
He's very eager to find things, though they usually are not of much value.
That sounds about right.
So, let me ask you, Why come defend us from this thing? Why attack this metal beast?
Mithelrond always tried to protect the 10 towns as best he could. And this is my lands. I can't be letting another dragon encroach and take over. As old as I may be, this is still my area to uphold. And I've grown fond of the 10 towns in my time as well. They don't come to attack me, and I keep out other dragons.
I'm not familiar with Mithelrond. What are some of the accomplishments you two had?
Mithelrond is the greatest wizard to ever walk Faerun. In past times, everyone turned to him when crises took up hold within the Faerun area. Though not always your typical hero, you could say. He had his own idea of things.
How long ago was this? These stories?
The last adventure we were on, roughly 200 years at this point.
As the time...
He still lets me go out and claim my treasures.
How long?
Head down to the Sword Coast to find some ships to take down and take their treasure from them.
Does the timeline for 200 years line up with the six stuff?
You're not entirely sure when the six stuff happened, but six's stuff seems a lot older than that.
Okay.
In our day, we fought giants, we fought other dragons.
That's amazing. I wish I had a different spell prepared and a spell slot so I could cast a Speak with Dead with this dude.
I'm trying to remember what... I've got to look through my notes. What Angeluk and Jaguk told us about... yeah. Told us about Ariel, because I know he had information about her. I wrote it down.
Okay.
It'll take me forever to find it, so...
Yeah.
There's much that I could learn from your friend. I too am a wizard, but I'm sure nowhere near as powerful. Perhaps someday, if not tomorrow, we could have a conversation.
I think he'd be willing to share some of his information if you help your friend with her current quest.
Yes, is that beyond the glacier?
Yes, somewhere under the glacier lies a very powerful spellbook.
Many in these parts are seeking passage into that glacier. Spellbook, you say?
Yes. They will be hard pressed to find entrance. Currently, all of the passages under the glacier have been frozen over these past 2 years.
You said you and your rider patrolled the 10 towns. Do you know much about the Ariel on her island?
I don't go too close, for she is very powerful, and though I'm still strong, I am getting older in age. She came here quite quickly, around 2 years ago. She seemed to be in a hurry for coming from wherever she came from, her plane that she once inhabited. It took residence upon the island out in the ocean.
You seem to be very knowledgeable of this area. Do you know how she's able to keep the magics going for so far and so long?
She is a demigod. Her magics are very powerful and is able to block out light and warmth from this area.
This spell book.
Yes.
Am I right in assuming it belonged to your rider?
It did not belong to him.
Who, may I ask, did it belong to?
From the magical dowsing, is that the right word? Dowsing that he was able to do from atop the glacier and from the tunnels within. It has the qualities of the spellbook once belonging to a lich.
Troubling indeed. Your friend, never mind.
You can hear as the wind moves through her body over top of you. It's you like the breath just breathes that she's smiling at the at the sudden turn away of wanting to talk about the book.
Is it just the book that you're looking for, or something inside it that in particular?
My master wants to know the secret spells that are kept within this book.
Yeah, either he wants to become a lich or the Draco lich.
The ancient magics within.
That's why I said never mind. Because I was like, if I say that and she gets mad, we're dead.
There are many other treasures buried deep under the glacier, but this is the one we are searching for.
You have done... I am already in your debt for allowing me even to stand before you again, but I do not know how we or anyone in the 10 towns can repay the debt of you helping to stop this creature. We've been chasing it for a day now and have not been able to stop it. So we truly are in your debt for grounding it here.
It did seem fairly weak when I took it down, but... Yes. Just try to find a way to get to that book is all I can ask.
One last question about the book.
Yes.
We've lost many good people on our journeys. Could this book, bring someone back?
I would think that, yes, that would be more than its capabilities. Less than its capabilities? What's the one that means it can do it?
Within its capabilities.
Within its capabilities. More than within its capabilities. But be warned, many of the treasures that you would find within this area could lead to your demise, as greed may take over you. But first you must find a way past the frozen glacier.
Yes. That is certainly the issue we seem to keep running into.
Yes, it is. Where is this glacier? It's on the map, isn't it?
Yes.
Up in the northeast.
Yeah, the Raghead Glacier.
I just need to
Yeah, this dot was where
Okay.
I believe Aline said she had last seen entrances before the everlasting Rime took over.
I had just zoomed into Caer Konig. I had just zoom out way far away.
I think we got that from her map. Either in the cave or when we met with her at the Goblin Fort.
That is a long travel.
Yes, and our first quarry is on the other side of the 10 towns on an island waiting for us.
I cannot help you with your approach to Ariel if you are planning to go after her, but when the time comes to go to the glacier, if you need escorting, I could help with that. It would help you get past the Reghead tribes that claim the area north of the 10 towns.
That would be most helpful. We have
Yes.
secured a way to get to Oriel when we are prepared, but I have not began planning for the glacier, but that will be good and certainly expedite our travel there.
Yes, we.
All right. Is there any other questions you have for her?
Thank you for your protection while we rest.
Of course. So you do get a short rest in.
Okay.
You have to go somewhere else to get a full rest.
That's fine.
We could do if we want a long rest, we can do it here. That's not a problem. I'll just do my tiny hut.
Yeah. You just wouldn't have Avantres crouching over you.
No, I don't want to do that. I was going to use my magical tinkering to make this guy glow so he like looks alive, but I don't want to put a beacon of light on her.
I better go check on the ship. Last time I left it too long, Zerk tried to fix the hole I used to get down to the horde, so she'll get up on her legs again, using her wings to help her up, and then she'll spread them wide and take off into the night sky, leaving, like, almost knocking all of you back down as she takes off with a huge gust of wind.
I am going to, just for bookkeeping's sake, because I get my channel divinities back, I am going to burn one of those right away to get 1 second level spell slot back.
All right.
Yeah, I'm using my arcane recovery. I'll use one hit die. Who knows? That one HP might matter.
Okay, cool. That's close enough to full.
So, once the dragon is long gone, I can't know for sure, but your new patron, Liliana, I mean, 2 and 2, getting a book of a lich in her hands. It could be just to bring back her dead friend, but it also could mean a Draco Lich or even lichdom of her rider.
Yes. It also brings up the concern of if we cannot secure the book, then either Avarice or Valine also pursuing the path to lichdom. Which I don't know if that is better or worse than the writer and Avantarise.
Yes, that is undoubtedly what Valine is after. As for Avarice, I don't know. I mean, the book, yes, but whether she wants to be a lich, unsure.
I mean, isn't that the goal of all of the Brotherhood? To have the most power?
Yes, but some, such as myself, wouldn't want to live that kind of unlife.
What? Where do we want to go next? 6 is now the guest of Avarice. Zavros is somewhere in Lonelywood or Tourmaline, unknown exactly where he is.
Brynchander, right? Didn't he write Brynchander on his letter?
He wrote Tourmaline and Lonelywood,
okay.
but
yeah,
who knows if he's still there or not, or where he's up to.
I had sent a message to Brynchander.
Right, that's all right. I'm getting it mixed up.
And we left 3 in Goodmead.
Yes, and Shannara.
Perhaps, we start there. Goodmead, get 3, Shannara. We should probably check in with the Goliaths when we get a chance. Let them know we've dealt with the dragon. Their mess. Gonna blame it on them.
Fair.
Just kidding, it's not their fault, but
If only they had long range. They're Goliaths. They should be able to take down a dragon.
We should also, even if we do not spend much time there, at least inform 6 and Avarice that the dragon is eliminated, and then if we wish to continue on to Goodmead or East Haven, whichever, to see what can be done for either of them.
I'm a bit scared to go to East Haven. Sorry. Went damn home.
No, that it's very understandable that certainly, yes.
Sometimes it's easier not knowing than knowing.
I just had damn Zurk fix the roof.
Well, I mean, we could always call I want to call it Advantress. That's not right.
Avantaris.
Avantaris is the dragon, yep.
So many A names.
Yep.
And then ice.
Close to each other too with the off.
Maybe she can send Zerk to fix your roof again.
Perhaps.
I do wonder who, if it was the Duragar that took the figurehead from East Haven, or if that was a tiefling.
As far as you know, it's still there.
Oh, I thought it disappeared.
In a cutscene, it was taken.
Oh, okay.
Did Felicity see the Chardolin pendants around the necks of the guys in the castle?
Yeah, you would have seen them. They all wear them, so.
Okay. Maybe we don't tell them exactly where, because they were wearing pieces of Chardolin themselves, most of them.
Oh, yes. This, just like motion to the Dragon Corpse again. This is a big issue for many reasons. Avarice has been surprisingly useful. More useful than perhaps I have given her credit for. But the devil worshippers that she is residing with, I certainly have no lost love for, and they will certainly be interested in the remains.
Well, it might not be the safest place, but we could try and push it into the lock.
How much is left? How much did Avantaris take with her?
She only took like a wheel-sized piece, so most of it.
There's a lot.
Like, looking at it like, well, we could try.
I'd be afraid just to touch it.
Yes.
Perhaps we create some rumor of this place being haunted, or create some weird thing like something called radioactive or something, and then tell people they can't go here because their skin will melt off.
That may work for normal people, but if these cultists are, they seem to be drawn to it, or their patron seems to be able to sense it in some way, or it can call out to people. I am not sure the exact methodology.
Yes, and I don't have a spell that can, make a strong wind that can just push it in for us.
I'm wondering. That probably won't work. Okay. Is this... It feels like it would be too easy, just because it's a low-level spell. Would Remove Curse do anything for Chardolin?
Because you asked about it specifically, do another religion check for me.
I'm so good at those.
Do you make this this kind of like known that you're thinking about? Oh, never mind.
I mean,
maybe. I mean,
like
those are like dark magic. You can remove curses with remove curse. Maybe, I don't know.
I was just thinking about this. Hold on.
Yeah, Orlin for sure would know. Like, yes, remove curse would work, but only on a certain amount of it at a time, as well as it almost acts like a dispel magic or a counter spell, where you have to roll to hit the DC of the Chardolin. Sorry. And if you fail by a certain amount, it could have bad effects against you.
Okay, interesting. Also, while I'm pondering on this subject, do I think that I could use the orb and draw in the demonic power to the orb?
Do another Arcana check.
That would be the one I roll bad on for some reason.
Yeah, no, you think that this is basically at its capacity, so they can only hold so much.
I believe you could try to remove the curse from it, the devil magic. But if you make a mistake, you're bound to be caught in some sort of I don't know.
What about dispelling it? You said it's got a magical effect. Maybe you can dispel it somehow.
Are you able to dispel magic?
I mean, not today.
I will say, I think it's been mentioned before, but if it hasn't, whatever. The dispelling magic wouldn't work. It would have to be the remove curse.
Okay.
Right.
It seems to have some kind of resistance to that kind of stuff. It's weird. It's weird devil magics. So
Yes, it is weird devil magic. None of what you guys are saying makes any goddamn sense.
Of course, that wouldn't work.
And it's in a large area too.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to do that either. I was thinking of creating an illusion around it, but I only have minor illusion.
Yeah, this is a huge creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I can only do a 5-foot cube, so.
How big and small are the chunks?
The smallest ones are like slivers, like this. Like most of them got lost in the snow, probably. But the biggest one is like the main body has like it's collapsed down, so it's not holding its shape because you were able to sift through it to get to the core. But they're like huge sheets of Chardolin, essentially.
I just with this information, I'm gonna try to like break off or find like a finger length piece. So like not huge, because you said the thing that was powering it was like this size.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking for like one of the smallest fragments without it being easily lost. So like thumb size or something like that, just to experiment with, and maybe like a couple of them, like 3-4 of those shards.
Okay.
Probably not going to be bad in any way, shape, or form.
No,
Are you
how far away?
experimenting on them now, or are you holding on to them for a while?
Oh, I'm just like, I'm going to scoop them up and then put them probably in the bag of holding, so I don't have them like on my person.
How far away from the cliff edge are the pieces scattered?
About like the main body of it fell apart at about 45 feet.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I would
like,
have to lose a
piece
lot.
of
I would have
shot
to use
off
a
the
lot
side
of thunder
and stuff.
waves to push it back.
Yeah.
Because it only pushes it away 10 feet.
Yeah. Well, we could
Hope for a heavy blizzard.
Well, we're hoping that this will all melt, really. So.
I mean, at least if there's a really bad blizzard, then, I mean, we can put it off for a little bit.
Right. I don't know. Our plans. Hold on, I'm looking around. Do I see a raven?
You do not see a raven.
Okay. We could give it to Avarice. That way we know where it's going. We could also use it as a way to gain more favor. And finally, makes a stabbing motion.
Yes, Yes, I've thought of that as well, to use it as a peace offering of sorts. I don't know if when we'll be able to bring that secondary plan to fruition. It seems that the more we get into this, the more and more gray everything gets. And I'll, like, as I'm saying that as well, just like motion over to the zombie that's probably just like hanging out.
I think
Oh,
both
they're
of
all
them are
dead.
dead now.
Both the zombies
They're dead.
They're
died.
dead now.
Oh, I forgot that the other one died.
We will eventually have to kill them all. Just a matter of
But-
when.
If we can. If we can keep them both at arm's length, but still on our good side, maybe they could be of use to us on the island. And then once the winter is gone, then we can deal with them.
Can I? This is maybe a bit too much, but with the little bit that we traveled with Valine, and like what we've seen and kind of understood about her from that little bit of travel, does it seem like Avarice has the right of it, that she is kind of not subpar, but definitely below Avarice's level?
You didn't see her do a ton of magic, so you're not entirely sure.
But I saw all of her, of the magics. She holds a lot of magic.
Yes.
Literally.
So, yeah, she holds herself to somebody who would be competent with their magics, and to what extent you're not entirely sure. You know she would be strong, but just how strong you're not entirely sure.
Okay. Do we perhaps want to start with our least likely allies and then eliminate them so we have fewer players who can betray us later on?
I'm trying to remember which. I was with Orlin when we went to get 3. I think Valine is the only one that knows about the glacier, or that pointed us in that direction. Avarice didn't know about it at first.
No, I think
For
Pablo
clarification
was
on
there.
that,
She knows now, but she didn't know.
Orlin wasn't there.
It was Pablo.
Liliana and you.
Oh, it was.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And was another party member with you guys?
6
I know
was there.
Yeah, 6 was there. So it was you, 6, and Liliana
Okay.
that went to the Goblin Fort. Yep.
And Maroke was there too, right?
Yeah, Marok and Pabu were there for
Yeah.
the Goliaths.
But,
But yes, all the other stuff correct.
I thought Avarice was aware. She was at least the one who pointed us in the direction of the spire, which is related to that. I don't remember if before that she made any mentions of other things she was looking at, or since then, both in and out of character. I don't remember what she knew before we kind of clued her in on a couple of things.
Yeah, as far as you know, she was looking at the spire and was very interested in 6. You haven't heard anything past that. But she does have 6 now, so.
yeah. I think it might be in our best interest for our long-term goal of ending the eternal night that maybe we don't she makes the same stabbing motion that Orlin had made. Just yet.
Of course, yep.
I guess that is also a question for you, Orlin. She is your previous mentor. If you think who you think is going to be more useful to us, if either of them. Because it certainly seems we know what Valine would be wanting with the glacier in the book. Avarice may just have a more academic curiosity. We don't know her motivations necessarily.
Perhaps. Avarice, while I was in while I was there at the care, did offer to tutor me on a way of bringing the dead to fight by my side that didn't involve such dark magics. I gave up. Well, I tried to give up messing with the dead. But having more soldiers could help.
To be fair, the undead today were marginally useful, but they certainly had their limitations. If there's a more pleasant way of getting allies, especially if Six may or may not be able to travel with us anymore, that's certainly something to look into. Valine obviously is very gung-ho on the zombie situation.
I could at least hear her out, I suppose. If it looks, if it's not all it's cracked up to be, I don't have to go through with it.
No, of course not. There is also the possibility that if you can learn this alternate way, I do know of some magics, I have not practiced them myself, but can do similar things. Clerics who have less disdain for the undead have also gained control over them. Perhaps we can share that knowledge and then gain even more soldiers in this more palatable manner.
Just are you asking to create an undead army with me, Liliana?
It is that when you say it like that, I'm not as much in favor of it. However,
so perhaps a trade. This information, this knowledge, and she comes and collects the remaining Shardolin.
I mean, I was gonna take it a step farther and have her agree to help us deal with Oriel altogether for the Shardolin. It's a lot of Shardolin.
I think also if we formalize an alliance with her or a working relationship, if she wishes to get to the glacier at all, we need to go through Oriel. So either way, she has an interest in the death of Oriel as well.
It was hard enough to get her to fight the dragon with us. She wouldn't even chase it down the snow there, and I don't think she'll be too fond of chasing after Ariel either. Oriel.
She did, and I'll tap my mace. She did have equipment for us, resources. We have been sorely limited on that front, if nothing else.
Even that is just a help in and of itself.
If she can provide support before we go, if she can summon some of these pseudo undead and simply send them with us to the battle, that may be enough as well, so we have more foot soldiers in our army, so to say.
Sounds like we're going back to Care Dinaval.
I think Sister Liliana is torn.
I don't like any of the options we have available to us. They're all bad.
If we do go there and speak with Avarice, let's not let her know the new information that we have. I'm sure she's well aware of what is in the cave, but if she doesn't know that we know, we could end up having an upper hand.
Yes, I fully agree with that.
Olin, I haven't seen it in a while. Can I just see your spell book for a second?
Or you did the thing,
No,
and
I
now
mean-
it's...
I mean
yes,
The
my old
physical one.
Yes. There you go. Thought it was a trick question.
I'm gonna set it down on the... no, I don't want to get it wet. I'm gonna hold it out really far, and I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion so that it looks like the background. At least this way, if we're keeping an eye out. Only we can see it, or know where it is. Because now I've cast Minor Illusion on the spell book in my hand, so now you guys can't see it. I made it look like its surroundings.
Oh, you think she's like trying to scry on the spellbook?
No. I just showed you that I can cast Minor Illusion on a spellbook and make it look like it's not there.
I get it. I understand. Yes.
So if she doesn't know that we know what we're looking for, but we're keeping an eye out.
I get it. We can disguise the spell book if we find it before she notices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Like, we're just leaving Orland's spellbook here? That's a choice.
And then I'll take the spell off and...
Yeah.
The whole time it's like when you hand your cell phone to somebody, I'm like, ugh.
Just sweating. Don't swipe at all, just look at the one thing I showed you.
And as long as nobody looks too closely, they won't be able to tell the difference.
Yes. I think also... Yes, it's... Again, we have no good paths forward. It seems to be more and more the path of least bad, lesser of two evils, but lesser is even a very relative word at this point.
Yes, it is. But as I said, once our goals are achieved, then we don't have a reason to.
Unless Avarice has a large change of heart over the course of our dealings with each other, she's still not my favorite person.
I wonder if she would have any interest in killing Verleen. Like, we could easily tell Verleen, hey, we have something you might be interested in, and then, let Avarice know, hey, Verleen's going to be here. you know, if you want to motion stab it.
Can I just point out, we're doing a lot of stabbing motions. I don't think any of us stab things.
No.
I mean, like, it's easier. Like, stabbing's a bit easier. When you do, like, up and down motions, it gets a bit weird and, like, can be taken out of context in various visual formats.
Imagine if someone was scrying on us right now and we were all going like this.
Just, like, just real vigorously up and down.
I mean, they might... Never mind.
Wisdom saves? Oh, no.
To your point, also had that thought of we were going to use Valine to take out Avarice, but we could easily do the opposite. I don't know if Avarice truly sees Valine as a threat, though, so she may not even care enough to assist in that. She may not help us, but I don't know if she would actively help us.
So, Avarice is good mead. Where are we going?
I think we need to start at the care. Also, feel like we could take a normal sleep. Just like rest up before we go to Goodmead. I don't know. From what I heard as well, some were heading to Bryn Shander when I spoke with the speaker this morning, last night, whenever that was.
Could also get a hold of the Goliaths, see what they've found out, if anything. Or if they're dead.
Yes.
That was a very powerful dragon.
Yes. The care would be the most pure place to rest, and then we can decide where we wish to head to next. As much as I wish to help as many people as possible, I also don't know how much we'll be able to help the survivors of the cities at this point. Damage is done, and feels like we're just going to have a lot of houses to build, which isn't something we can do overnight.
Do we feel like we're ready to end the winter? Or do you think we should delve into the glacier?
I don't think we can get into the glacier. I think that's the issue. Ready or not, I think we need to make a move on Oriel before we can move to the glacier.
I believe it's her magics that are keeping the glacier sealed.
If we can stop somewhere where I can get a really good rest, maybe I'll sleep on it. Maybe since we're on decent terms, Avarice won't attack me with her raven.
I mean, certainly, Avarice, the care is well defended by Avarice herself, if nothing else. We also probably gained some goodwill with the townsfolk of the care as well, who saw the giant dragon fight. So if we do not wish to stay in the care, the inn burned down. We could go to the abandoned inn. The other one is gone.
Yes.
Either way, do you have room on your sled?
I think we're going to have to take the long way back.
You'd have room on
would
the
there
sled.
be-
Orlin had
is there-
zombies on his sled. You guys could carry
Okay.
Orlin on your sled.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so it sounds like you're going to the care. So, as you guys begin to ride off towards the care, leaving behind a scattering of devil-infused crystalline substance and a sled that has smoke coming off of it, we will go to break. So thank you all for joining us as our our players took out their dragon and laid some plans going forward, and are heading back to dance with a different kind of devil, one that's worshiping a devil. So thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Swindler's Den presents Icewind Dale, Rime the Frostmaiden. I'm dropping miniatures over here. In our first half, our party took care of the Shardland Dragon with the help of Avantarace, the ancient white dragon of Icewind Dale, and they talked about their plans. What should we do? Where should we go? How do we get there? I don't know. But they had decided to return to Caer Dineval with their remaining dog sleds, and we will rejoin them as they are pulling up to the ramparts of the Caer, the wall, if you will. And you do so.
Oh, we're back. I'm just kind of screaming up at the carts.
Yeah, the doors begin to open for you. The first set opens with the iron bars being removed, and then the second set, when you're entered into the courtyard, where again you're surrounded by guards. And one of the more heavily fancier dressed ones approaches this lady Avantarace, or Avarice, not the dragon, sorry, will be with you in a moment. She's busy with something in her study. She'll be right up. We are welcome to come into the hall and sit down, and we can get some trout ready for you.
Why is your orchestra playing such eerie music today?
Oh, this is the theme of the castle, don't you know? I forgot to play it the last time you were here. We were scared of the dragon. You know.
I understand.
So yeah, you're brought into the main hall once again. Just sit down and wait for Avarice as your food. So yeah, not before too long, Avarice comes up from her study. Oh, so back so soon already. I can't remember if my voice as it is.
Yes, well, the dragon has been dealt with.
Oh, perfect. Then what is it you're looking to do now? Help the people of the towns with their loss?
We were hoping to maybe rest here. And at the site that the dragon was defeated, there's now Shardland debris all about. Figured that you may want to pick through.
You're so easily willing to hand this over after all the discourse we've had amongst each other.
Figure at some point we have to start putting our eggs in some basket.
Smart of you to come to me.
And you were able to help, and she'll also motion toward the mace.
Also, the hand and the spells.
Yes, of course. Well, yes, we can make up some rooms for you. Of course, you will be under guard, understandably, as I will send out some people to retrieve the Shardland. Is a rest all you're looking for here? I sense a underlying thoughts.
I should be the one to talk.
Yeah. We have considered your offer to assist in your endeavor to investigate underneath the glacier. Feel it is in our best interest to assist if you are willing to assist us in some matter in removing Oriel, who is also standing between you and your prize there as well.
And how is it that you think she stands in our way?
We believe that her magic is what keeps that glacier frozen in place.
Yes. Well, how exactly do you think I should be helping you with this, Ariel, the goddess of Winter's Wrath, Winter's Fury even?
For one, that thing that we talked about the other night. I've been racking my brain about it, and it could be useful.
You are a smart one, Orlin. Yes, I could teach you his magics. We'd have to do it somewhere other than my study. Well, that is preoccupied currently. But we can do that in the morning if you'd like. Take a little bit of time, but...
Speaking of Six, what do you plan to do with him?
Six, as you call him, he seems to have more information than he might have let on to you. I've only started working with him. But I think he could be very useful to us after you've removed Ariel from the equation.
Of course. And since we're working together so hand in hand now, perhaps we could work towards sharing some information as it comes.
Of course, you would be alerted to of the information I get once the time comes for you to know it. Can't give away all my secrets as you have turned on me in the past, you understand.
Fair.
But I hope you know what you're getting into taking on the Ariel. You know she's not just here on some kind of winter vacation, right?
That's what I gather.
Has it ever been done before? Killing a demigod?
It's not unheard of, but it's not common either. Demigods aren't full-on gods, so it's a fraction of a percentage easier, but still a monumental task.
You know how it was done before?
Not exactly. No.
Do you have access to anything that could help us defeat a demigod? I'm sure you wouldn't want to be there in person.
I don't have like a box or something that kills demigods, but I can give you some things that might help. Yes, I can give you a few items that might help, but they will just bolster you a little bit. You'll have to rely on your cunning and your skills of your own to be able to get even within range to spit on her.
Yes, any assistance you can provide will be greatly appreciated. We are low on allies in this endeavor.
As I can see, you'll lose them by the day, it seems. Just, you're going to need your wits about you and as much help as you can get. You're walking into a cage with a cornered tiger walking to Ariel. She did not come here because she wants to. She come here because she has to.
What do you know about the situation? We have not heard truly anyone who knows why she has made her new home in the Dale.
It's I know very little about the overall scoping aspect of it, but of course I was curious to find out as much as I could. It seems that the gods of fury, the ones that we know of, I should have the names in front of me when I speak of things like this, but there's 4 of them. There's Ariel, there's Umberly, there's the other 2 that I definitely know. Hold on. I have it somewhere. There, right there. Talos and Malar. The gods of fury. It seems, from what I've gathered, Ariel overstepped her boundaries amongst them. Something to do with the freezing of seas, and Umberly didn't take too kindly, and the others too saw this as a possible threat their way as well. And they drove her out of the plane of Pandemonium where she once resided, and she has taken up hiding here in Icewind Dale, hence the blizzards and the darkness and all these things to drive people away, or beings away as that would come to find her in their name.
I wonder if there's a way to get the gods to fight her in our stead. Send her back to the Pandemonium for them to rip her apart.
If you can find the way to get on a course with them and get them in here, possibly.
More meant we send her there, but
that's another possibility. But again, trying to get her to leave from her hidey hole might be harder than you'd.
Does she not ride across the night sky?
She does, yes. I meant Icewind Dale and as a hidey hole and hole, not just her little island. Yes.
Is there any chance I could request a room in a high tower with a view of the night sky?
Very strange, but yes, we have the 4 towers here.
Let me do a little stargazing before I go to bed, see if I could see her flying by.
She flies by at midnight every night, so just way up until then. Anything else before you take to your beds? It's been a long day. And I have a friend waiting for me.
When can we start our lessons?
First thing is the morning.
Would you mind another student?
And who would that be?
I kind of look toward Liliana.
There is, again, this is a time of strange bedfellows. If we can gain any allies and information, Orlin mentioned that you have alternatives to raising physical undead that could be useful for our purposes. Can channel some of that, but it is not within my pleasure to do it with physical bodies.
Roll a persuasion check.
Me or Liliana?
Liliana.
Okay.
She hates me.
Mine are pretty bad.
So are mine.
Oh, I did that to you. It's only a 10, though.
Yeah. As you're looking to get into beds with me and Orlin to learn about this magic, join us in the morning. We might be able to do something. So it may take a little bit longer than originally planned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she gets up and leaves all of you to go back to her work.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna This is mostly for us, but we're gonna do a little. Ooh, yeah. Liliana's going to whisper mostly to herself as Avarice walks away. Says, "Been a while since I've shared a bed with anyone. This would be interesting."
All right. Is there anything else you guys wish to discuss amongst yourselves, or would you like to go into your rest / looking at the stars?
I think maybe as we travel the next few days, maybe weeks, I can start tracking and mapping Ariel's flight patterns through the 10 towns.
All right.
No, I don't have anything else to discuss though with
Hold on.
people.
A what?
1 second.
Uno sec. As Grizz looks for what he wants to do. Felicity, what are you? You're just looking to see where she flies at night. Tonight, as you're looking up, or?
So yeah, as I'm looking up, since Avarice told me it's at midnight, she knows about what time to be paying attention, but she wants to see the direction she's coming from, the direction she's going to, and about how high up. If it's too high to really gauge, I'll just put, really high.
Yeah. As she flies by at night, like, it's hard to tell it's even her, other than there's the waves of lights that follow behind her, the auroras that follow behind her. She's so high up in the air. But she went from where you're at, DytoDnD. She comes from the eastern side of eastern side of the 10 towns. Like, comes from the spine, essentially.
Let me zoom out of this. So she comes east. So she comes over the lock.
Yes, from what you're seeing.
Okay.
It just continues on.
I'm gonna assume she's really high up if I almost can't see her.
Yeah.
And then Felicity's gonna try and have dreams tonight.
All right. Orlin, did you figure out what you wanted to do?
Yeah. So earlier, I used Arcane Recovery. I would like to use a Sending spell tonight.
All right.
To 6.
All right.
It seems Avarice has unlocked some new memories. It would help us if you shared.
What comes back, it's strange because usually you just hear them speaking, but it almost comes back as like a static overtone to it, like when you have bad connection on a walkie-talkie or something, and you only get pieces of words. Just unable memories. That's all you get.
It's worth a try.
Don't love that.
Well, he's fucked. Good night, everyone.
So yeah, as you go to sleep, wisdom saving throw from, I believe those saving throws we've been doing from
Yes, it has been.
Felicidad.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. What do I want to give you for the natural 20? So you've been looking, and like a lot of your visions you've been having have come to fruition already with the fairy and the giant metal door. So those things.
He doesn't know about the door yet, but
That's true.
yes.
You do see the door and you do see the fairy, but you also see This island that has come to you many times in your past dreams is very clear to you now. As you look over the top of it, it's almost like the shape of a snowflake, where it has a central part of the island, but then there's many arms that come off of it and have their own little nodes at the end of them. And on this island, you see this large... It almost looks like it's a mountain, but it's more of a tower. And it's got this giant skull on the front of it, and it's the other word I was looking for. Like this crown of spikes coming out of it, and you see as a giant white rock descends down onto this tower, and I will hopefully show you what the tower looks like here in 2 seconds. This is what you see as the auroras continue down into it as this white rock descends upon it.
Does it look like the auroras are coming or going?
It looks like they are coming. Like, there are some that were already there, that seem to have, like, not dissipated, but they seem to have settled, whereas these new ones are following the rock in. And you can see this large being sitting on the back of this rock with the head of a snowy owl with horns coming off of it.
Snowy owl with horns. No, but not Smo. Snow.
Snow.
Okay.
And as you're seeing this, it clicks in your subconscious mind that this was the shape you'd been seeing and previously been attributing to a Yeti.
Now I see it clearly.
Yes. She'll see.
She doesn't have any of her chalk with her, so she's not going to draw it. She's definitely going to tell everybody about it, though.
All right. We will get to morning then. And Avarice will meet you two out in the courtyard, Orlin and Liliana. So, all right. Well, hopefully you're all ready for the practicing of the spell. I'm not familiar with your cleric capabilities. What kind of spells are we looking at with you? Do you have Animate the Dead, or do you have what are you looking at with you?
Yes, I can also, if I wish, animate dead.
Alright, well, the necromancy spells, they close their minds off to the open world. They think, there's a body. We can use the body as a conduit for our magics and sends them to do our bidding. But there's a way to look further in past the bodies to the spirits that once inhabited these bodies. Now, we're not looking to manipulate these spirits to hold on to them, but there's a way to interact with the weave to take these spirits that can't go on beyond this plane. They can't move on to the next life, and we can help them by having them help us for an extent of time. We take their energy, contain it into one spot, and then we manipulate that energy into helping us. And once that energy is expended, it is then no longer be able to hold on to this plane and moves on to the plane it needs to go to. It's like a way of releasing them while also getting a little bit for ourselves. We're not torturing the spirits or nothing, but
is it similar to I have seen others use spirits in a protective sense, using them as guardians as opposed to individual creatures. Is it similar in that manner to what you're going to be teaching us?
Similar, yes. It pulls on the idea of the animations is dead as well, where you can like send them to go do things and that kind of stuff. They aren't bound to your being as the guardians would be. But to an extent, yes. She like brings out a book and like starts leafing through it, and she starts to teach you how to rework your reanimate dead. And yeah, we can rework our spirit guardian. You can still use spirit guardians as normal, or you can use it in this way where it's essentially reanimate dead but with a different flavor.
Okay.
But
I also do have animate dead itself.
okay, yeah, we can just rework animate dead then as this. So let's get so she says this will take 3 hours as long as you pass your arcana checks. So for the first hour, Liliana, I mean, yours is the same for religion, you can use either. Liliana can use either, Orlin uses arcana. So let's make our first arcana check. First check is easy because you're just learning the basics of the spell first and using your previous knowledge of the spell.
Can I
mastered it. I was just like, oh shit, I already knew that.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself real quick.
Yeah.
So I have advantage on this.
I felt that nat 22. I was about to say nat 20 before I rolled, but I didn't want to jinx it.
And just for flavor, I am going to use my religion. A 14.
Yeah, so you both passed the
Three
first
nat 20s in a row would have been hilarious.
the first hour with the nat 20 that Orlin got. I'm gonna say he gets to skip the second level and go right to the third level. So his next check will be a little bit higher, but he gets to skip that one. And then if he makes this one, he can then help Liliana later on.
Okay.
All right. So, Orlin, your DC is now 17. Liliana, yours is now 15.
Okay.
So let's make another check, shall we?
Damn it.
No, unfortunately the next hour doesn't go as smoothly. You got to focus. You can't keep your pre notions of the magics amongst you. You got to close your eyes and reach out for these spirits. They are there. They are all around you. Just reach out to them and to the weave itself. Make your next check.
There we go.
Ooh, 16. Got it.
16, yes. Both after hearing this opening of your minds more, you're able to get through an Orlin. You master the spell, so you can use it as reanimate dead, but instead they're going to be spirits, and they do magical damage instead of just normal smack 'em damage. And I'm going to look at it. I think I'm going to allow you to use a different stat block than zombies for them as well, so they're a little bit stronger. But you can help Liliana on her last check because she now has to make a 17.
By giving her help, I mean, she's already doing it with advantage, right? Because
yes,
of enhanced ability. So how am I helping her again? Am I giving?
So
like
you can either find another way to help her, or she can find a different spell to help her, and then you give her advantage. I don't know if you have anything for checks, Liliana.
I don't think so. The only other thing I have is bless, and that doesn't affect just check.
I don't think wizards typically get things to bolster unless you're specifically going for them. So what I'll do instead, Liliana can use Orlin's modifier instead. Ooh. Because it is a nat 20. Usually I don't do nat 20 for skill stuff, but why not? You know?
I've got a +7.
So D20 +7 for Liliana. With advantage because of your thing.
Yep. 21.
Ooh, there we go.
So it takes a little longer than planned. I think it was 4 hours in total.
Mm-hmm.
No, because Orlin failed one as well. So no way, he failed on a second hour one. So yeah, so 4 hours. But you were able to get this spell of release spirits. So yeah, use reanimate dead. I will look into it right now to see if I want you to use a different stat block than zombies. And they do magical damage.
Nice.
Okay. By reanimate dead, you just mean animate dead, correct?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Want to make sure there wasn't a different spell.
I'll say. What do zombies do for damage?
I was just
1d6?
They're little stinkies, aren't they?
1 or 2d6. I
Yeah,
forget.
they're not.
It's not much.
1d6.
Let's see. Back here.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up next. Yeah, you can use Spectre stat blocks instead of zombies.
Spectre.
Cool. I'll take that.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Avarish.
Like I said, you stick with somebody who knows what they're talking about. You might learn a thing or two.
Yes. Where does your despise for Verleen come from? There must be more to it.
It's not so much a despise as it is a
Disgust.
Yes, she only, like I think I mentioned to you before, the only reason she's in the Arcane Brotherhood is because of the money and the power her parents had. She did not have the arcane aptitude that it took to get it within the Arcane Brotherhood itself. Some of us had to actually work to get in there. No. Oh, you are looking for the items to bolster yourself, make yourself have a chance against the demigod, correct?
Yes.
And, all your friends set up with the magical aptness, you two and the cat.
Yeah, I didn't.
You all use magic, sorry, I speak in very strange tongues.
Yes. We're all magically inclined.
The Goliaths aren't, but
I don't care about some damn Goliath. She will take. She'll take out
Dead.
3 pearls and toss them to you, and the pearls of power for you. You can get extra magical abilities.
so
you
we'll
got
have to
your-
bring it to Felicity. She's still asleep.
You got your new spell. Is there anything else you'll be looking for?
It is perhaps a simpler matter. Sorry, I'm looking up something real quick. Because I got different things. Do you have other armors available?
Yes, we have some armors. What exactly are you looking for? Nothing too crazy or fancy, but
No, I'm not looking for anything too expensive. I have grown stronger in the last fights and believe I can wear some better armor so my AC is better. It would just be the standard armor. I'd be looking for what do I have now? That she has chainmail available. That's only 75 gold.
yes, we have some chainmail lying around as you care.
Excellent.
What about a breastplate or a chain shirt?
She'll have that for you as well.
I will
I
take the
had come across some potions on our travels, and I was able to decipher what many of them were, except this one. I was wondering if you could take a look.
Yes. Do you remember what it looked like and where you got it from?
I think you just rolled to see what they randomly were. It was my guess. But this one I was not able to decipher. Like, I rolled individual, like, Arcana checks or something on each of them. But on one of them, I was not able to figure out what it was. I don't remember what it looked like.
About to find out now.
One, if it helps, one was a fire resistance, one was an acid resistance.
Okay, I thought it might have been those ones. Let me double check. If not, then we'll just roll.
One was a question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
I think those were the ones in the spire then.
I think that sounds right.
Do either of you have open attunement slots?
I have every slot open.
Well, I mean, the Pearl of Power would take up one.
Oh,
yes,
then yeah.
One. Does the book that you gave me count? Like, does that need to be attuned to? All right, so I have
that
two.
That needs to be attuned. Okay.
2 attuned currently, so I have 1 slot.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 available.
Just trying to find the stupid spire. There it is. The upside down. They're all upside down, so that doesn't help. Treasure. There it is. So, you said you knew of acid and fire?
Yes.
There was also a cold one, which I assume you stuck with all the other ones you have because you have like a shit ton of those. And then the last one would have been force.
Oh yeah, I do have a cold one in here too.
So
force.
resistance of force was the last one.
Resistance? Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. That makes sense. Never come across a potion of force resistance before.
Yes, so not very common. Especially because it's not as common for people to come in contact with it, but you're getting the more dangerous enemies. You'll see that show up. Getting hit by a force. Midi-chlorians, all that stuff.
Did you make a Star Wars reference?
Yeah. Alright, you guys see your new armor, you guys see, your potions, you guys see a spell. And I've got somebody I need to talk to. I got a lot of very interesting stuff last night, so I'm looking forward to speaking with him more.
Please try to be gentle.
Oh, yes, of course. I don't want to damage anything that could be useful.
I don't like you still. I'm not saying this out loud, but I still don't like Avarice. She's still not a great person.
No, not at
fair.
I think that's all I need from Avarice right now. Sorry, my spells have been a pain in my butt because I get
fair enough.
So many, so I've been.
Unfortunately, you've killed every monster we've ever given you, so only the 2 dogs and the sleds are what you have to work with.
Figured it would have been
fresh out of livestock, unfortunately. All right. What are you guys' plans from here?
I guess I would go looking for the 2 after I finally wake up after my late night. Well, excuse me. It's the morning. I need some coffee. I was up late, watching the sky, and I was able to make a couple of other things. I hand them both rings made out of weird, feathery fur that look very similar to the ones that I had given Six. Actually, one of them is the one I had given Six. So you both will have a ring of spell restoring, so you can restore up to a 3rd level spell slot.
Nice.
You have to attune to this, of course, but I know where Ariel's coming from in the general direction here, but I had a very clear dream last night of the island. I don't know if we want to speak of that here or on the road.
I don't think that there's any reason to hide from our new ally this information.
There is an island in the middle of...
Sea of moving ice.
It's the sea of... Okay. In the middle of the sea of moving ice. It's in the shape of a snowflake, and each node is a different shape. On this island is a mountain, which is really a tower with a skull and a crown. From it flies the rock. And on top of the rock is a snowy owl with horns.
Fits the bill.
Yes, that sounds like what we've heard of Oriel.
Didn't Ongajuk like essentially say, yeah, I know where she's at and I'll bring you to her?
Yeah, Ongajuk can bring you to her.
Okay.
And if we want to try and attack her from the sky, that's an option, but we also know if we want to try and break into her abode, since we know what we're looking for and where, while she is out.
Well, I think the most important thing for this morning, at least, is we need to track down where Zavros is, and then also alert the Goliath that the dragon has been dealt with.
Yes. I agree with that.
Do you wish to speak to Zavros, Orlin, or would you like me to?
I've got this. Zavros a fucking idiot. We killed the dragon, no thanks to you. You can go tell the towns that. Where are we going?
Just went into a yelling at a dad yelling at his son before knowing where they were going.
I don't know if we know where we're going.
I will send further instructions later. That's what I said.
All right. Oh, I'm not going to do his average voice because it's not my character to do, but yeah, he will essentially say, I helped the people of Tourmaline find shelter in the hotels, and I'm currently in Lonelywood.
He says
Chip, cheerio.
He says he's a fucking idiot.
Sounds about right. Also, I did forget. I don't know if you want to switch anything up since I do have the pearl. I have the Shield Guardian amulet, so I would be full on attunement slots. If there's anything else you want to do instead of giving Liliana one of the rings. So, like with the ring, I would be at 3. If you want to spread them out anymore.
No, you have 1, Orlin has 1, and I gave myself an arcane focus. Because I can't cast 3rd level spells, and you guys can.
Okay, cool. It's just checking. I had forgotten about that.
So, if for the signet ring, if you want to put 2 pearls of power, they do the ring does the same thing.
Yeah. I'm assuming it would not have been an issue to attune to the amulet last night, as I was resting.
No, it would have been fine because it would have become unattuned.
Oh.
You don't know why?
No, I mean I don't think I understand that. Out of game, it's
maybe it just was too away from him for too long.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to send a... This is going to be fun.
You're
I'm
gonna to yourself.
Yep, I'm going to send a message to Axel and say, we have... No. The dragon is destroyed. Much of 10 towns is damaged. How goes it at the fortress? Is there any news there? Axel, wake up. I don't know. He's sleeping somewhere. We haven't decided. They're probably out in the cold after sleeping or somewhere else. But it is good to hear that the dragon is dead. The Duergar are mostly eliminated. We are going back to our home. That last part may be up to change depending on what we discuss off camera, but we're going wherever. It seems that the Goliaths eliminated the Duergar that were at the fortress, so that presumably taken care of as well?
Good. It seems Axel has found himself some good allies.
Yes, they seem quite capable. Quite. Yes. Yes, I would agree with that.
Yes. So, should we... Where are we gonna head to now?
It is probably best if we go to Goodmead first to pick up our companions there. And then perhaps we can start heading west to meet up with Zavros eventually. But our quarry is to the west regardless, so...
I wonder if Avarice has a rent-a-ranger somewhere.
Well, I mean,
You know, that night hunter seemed pretty...
We also... The rest of the 10 towns, when the word gets out about this, does owe us quite a bit of a favor as well, so we may be able to gain some supplies at other towns as we move through them. Perhaps we can pick up some more dirty mounts in Brynchander that perhaps will keep alive longer.
Maybe in a bigger city we can get a few potions, so if I get blasted again, it might not hurt as bad.
Speaking of Brynchander, they're still readying themselves for a dragon to attack.
We'll send them a message too this morning and let them know that the dragon's dead. We took care of it.
None of
Yeah,
it was us.
Yeah, in response to that, we'd stop receiving refugees from other towns. Caer-Dineval was would have been the last. We had some from Bremen come in too.
I think that does. Like Liliana wasn't expecting much from that sending, just as like a hey, we killed the dragon. And then how many frickin' of these?
So do we know in Bremen? We know that like innkeeper there, she had
her kid.
But they're
something?
coming from Bremen, but not Targos.
Yep, just from Bremen.
Yeah, never mind. I don't have this information. I just realized.
Yeah. Good.
I'm going to, because I still have, and we're not really doing anything today, as far as I know. And I can get him back.
Just wait another day here.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 2 pearls of power, basically.
Oh yeah, I got spell slots for days. I'm gonna send another sending spell back then and say, what caused them to flee from Bremen? From what we understood, the dragon was only to the east.
They're not sure. Something from underground went through the town. They couldn't stay in Targos because they aren't equipped for a small population to enter.
I'll turn to the group then. There's something subterranean attacked Bremen.
Oh shit! Fuck. Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
I saw. I think I know. I think Felicity knows what it is.
All of you might know what it is. All of you.
I'm trying to remember if it was. I'm trying to remember if it was Felicity that saw the purple worm or the white worm.
It
or
would
whatever
have been Felicity.
Yeah.
Because it was after the spire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was a
Really,
purple worm by the spire.
Yeah.
When we went there, we saw it.
Oh no.
This has just been a shitty week. Real shitty week.
Been like a shitty couple of days, not even a week.
Maybe we can. I don't know. Do we want to go save the people of Bremen?
Are we equipped to?
Oh, we just killed a fucking dragon.
Oh, yes. It is, again, on the way. If we go pick up 3, and then... I think that is most important. We can't leave
And
3
we
behind.
can think of it this way. The more towns that I can spend the night in, the better I can track the rock's movements and give us more of a timeline as to when it comes and goes.
That would be useful to know when she is not on the island or not as close to the island. Oh, I think we're just gonna walk to, or take our... Well, we're not gonna be able to take 3 on the sleds anyways, so we may as well just walk to Goodmead.
Alright.
Shit for brains.
could.
We're going to Goodmead first. We get 3, and then we're going to Bremen. It appears there was a purple worm attack there.
Oh, that's not good, old man.
If
I
only
guess-
there were a way you could talk to that thing.
Alright, well, we'll see you sometime.
Bremen.
Bye.
Bremen!
3. 3.
Can we... Oh, I mean, technically...
You're on the same plane.
Yeah.
Now that you have attuned to this amulet, you do feel a connection to 3. Like, you feel... If you stop to think about it, you feel his movement, and you can tell that you're connected to him in some way.
Do we... It's slightly out of game. 3 doesn't know where to go, though. Like, he
That's
can
very
follow
true.
the road, but, like, I don't
Him and
know
Shinar
how...
are very out of water where they are currently, so...
They've already been slaughtered. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know how obvious the roads and the paths are for them to follow.
At Discord.
Oh, sorry.
Bubbles telling you what it does.
Oh, okay. Oh. Cool. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, then I'll like focus in. I think then in this moment of thinking about 3 and like the logistics of meeting up with them again, I'll kind of focus in on that and then communicate to 3. 6. Oh, what was it? Guardian Unit 0006 asked me to look after you while he is away. Start heading in our direction with Shannara.
I noticed the absence of Yithrin Guardian 0006. This one you call Shannara and I are standing alone in this destroyed town. Shall we make our way somewhere?
Yes, start heading northeast. If you head to my position, I'll be heading east from here. Because does it know where I am at all times as well?
No.
Oh, no, it does not?
No.
Okay.
Just you know.
Oh,
it does, apparently.
Oh.
I don't have it.
Yeah, the Guardian does know. Okay, yeah, you both know. It knows.
Yeah, so then I'll tell it. We are going to start heading east, but...
Are you sure? That would bring you right into a lake.
Not east, west. Apologies. South and then west.
Yes, I'm gonna commit suicide right into the lake.
Yes, well, we'll know when we're close to each other.
Starting coordinates, creating pathways, heading northwest.
Cool.
See you soon, Mom.
Oh. Oh.
He doesn't say that.
Mother.
Mama?
I mean, Orlin and her are gonna make undead babies, so.
No, not babies. An army. That's different.
An army of babies.
A baby army.
No baby armies. Well, no army of babies. We could maybe have a baby army in the sense of a little army?
Crazy idea.
No.
No. Okay. You're probably right.
What is? I mean, look, we've got. Honestly, throw it out there. What's?
I don't
what's your
know.
thought?
I can't help but think about old Heinlein's disappearance. What if we brought him back? Do you think we could try?
Do we have... Oh, in what
Using
way?
our new gifts, maybe if we both honed in together. Not right now, but at some point we could try. I don't know.
Maybe? That depends if he has moved on or not. From what it sounded like, it is only those that have not moved on fully that the spell harnesses, so...
He seemed like a man who's had a lot of unfinished business.
He seemed like a man who thought he had a lot of unfinished business.
Sounds like a very complicated man.
From what I remember, he wanted to, like, set up shop here, and then all of his men were murdered by Cephik.
We did kill Suffolk, so perhaps.
That was before he died. And then it was Oriel, but that also, I mean, maybe. He was pretty dead set on revenge for that.
I don't know.
Perhaps it is something we can look into.
Where did you leave this Heinlein?
I'm pretty sure we ate him.
See, that's look.
Okay.
There's
Was not sure you were quite the cannibalistic type, but
it's more complicated than that. So we all almost died. Heinlein did die. Then there was
what? Second thought. Let's not bring back Heinlein. He might want to kill us all.
Yeah, there is a magic cauldron that may or may not still be around somewhere. It could have gotten destroyed in East Haven. But you put any food into it, and then it would make a good soup out of it. We all fell asleep. Heinlein's body was there. And then we woke up, and Heinlein's body was not there anymore. When we went to sleep, there was soup, and when we woke up, there was soup. So...
I remember my belly felt quite full after that night.
So, a non-zero chance that we did eat Heinlein soup. However, when I did investigate and look around, there's no footprints next to him, so none of us, in a trance,
so we
picked him up and threw him in the pot.
So I mean, you probably did not eat him. So that's good to know.
I'm still leaning toward that we ate him, but...
I mean, when you live alone and in the middle of the winter for 2 years, waste not, want not.
Have you eaten someone?
I've eaten many things.
Okay. All of us quietly contemplating our cannibalistic tendencies.
Wonder how chewinga tastes.
As they do that, we pan out into the night sky, or morning night sky, and eventually they will head out on their dogs to head to Brinchander Bremen area. We're not entirely sure yet.
I heard they're magically delicious.
But as we cut away, we cut to a young half-elven man just finished talking, getting scolded by a half-orc through magic spells. Goes back to an abandoned hotel that he had been staying in, and opens the door, heads inside, and starts up the fireplace again to sit down to rest, before making his travels to find his friends once again. And as he sits there, taking in the warmth of the fire, from behind him we hear heavy footsteps coming down the stairs. And that's where we'll end today's session. So, thank you all so much for joining us today. We will be back next Wednesday with more Rime of the Frostmaiden, hopefully with more players. We'll find out then. But we will see you next time. Follow everybody's social medias, including Swindler's Den and Swindler's Den on all of them, and Patreon $1 only for all your audio formats of the shows. Thank you again, and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.